is setting. A farmer is hungry, and he wants fish. He approaches the local fisherman and offers his best crop, a handful of rough grain. The negotiation instantly breaks down. The fisherman refuses. He already has plenty of food. What he really needs is a new pair of leather shoes. But the local shoemaker has no interest in fish. The shoemaker only wants grain. This is a mechanical failure known as the double coincidence of wants. For a barter system to actually function, you have to find someone who has exactly what you want and who wants exactly what you have. If those desires do not match perfectly, no one gets fed. The village starves. Without a way to bypass this gridlock, human civilization is permanently stuck. You cannot grow a society beyond a few dozen people if every single meal requires a perfect mathematical match. To survive, humanity had to invent a workaround. The history of money is a series of technological patches. It is a long chain of software updates designed to bridge this massive gap in human trust. The very first patch was simple. People started using commodity money. Instead of hunting for the perfect trade partner, you trade your goods for a third item, an item that absolutely everyone in your local area already values. Across the ancient world, cowrie shells emerged as an early global standard. They were highly durable, they were easy to carry, and most importantly, their uniform shape made them incredibly easy to count. Different climates produced entirely different currencies. In arid regions, communities used heavy blocks of salt. Salt was vital for preserving meat in these harsh environments, guaranteeing that anyone would gladly accept it to facilitate a trade. But commodities suffered from a critical mechanical flaw, the divisibility problem. You can easily trade a massive block of salt for a whole cow, but you cannot chip a tiny corner off that block to buy a single loaf of bread. The math breaks down. Commodity money was a successful beta test. It allowed early tribes to survive. Yet its total lack of precision created a hard ceiling, preventing the birth of large, complex markets. The solution came in the form of standardized metal. For the first time, a local authority could take a precious metal and stamp it with an official design. This stamp guaranteed both the exact weight and the exact purity of the coin. Standardizing values solved the divisibility problem instantly. You could now break large transactions into tiny, precise fractions. Trade exploded in scale, connecting distant cities and crossing vast international borders. But this massive scale exposed a new logistical bottleneck. We call it weight friction. As international trade rapidly grew, merchants were suddenly forced to transport hundreds of pounds of metal across the ocean. The physical weight became a dangerous and highly inefficient liability. The physical security of gold became its greatest weakness. Humanity was forced back to the drawing board. We had to find a way to move value without moving mass. The answer was abstraction. We transitioned to paper. A piece of paper was simply a receipt. It was a written promise that allowed a merchant to claim a specific amount of gold at a later date, without ever actually carrying the heavy metal. This lightweight proxy accelerated human progress. Paper money allowed nations to quickly fund armies, build spanning infrastructure, and scale their domestic economies at speeds previously impossible. Eventually, we abandoned the paper itself. We shifted to plastic. We replaced physical cash with a system of identity and credit, trusting a signature to verify the underlying funds existed in a vault. Today, we are living through the latest patch. In the digital age, money is invisible. It is nothing more than data moving silently through global networks and automated machines. This complete abstraction removes the physical drag of precious metals and paper. By digitizing our ledgers, we can now settle a debt across the world in the time it takes to send a text message. Look at a modern stock exchange floor. The sheer density of data is completely unrecognizable from that dim, muddy, prehistoric village. We process millions of complex trades in milliseconds. Strip away the shells, the coins, and the digital code. What remains is a social record of trust. This system is a method for verifying the value of our work and the debts we owe one another. We accept digits on a screen because we believe the stranger next to us will accept them too. Our entire global economy rests on this invisible network of mutual agreement. If money is based on trust, why does gold still hold its value after thousands of years? That's our next documentary.